All right, so yesterday we talked about the simplest way to transform your aerobic capacity, your strength, your endurance, all those kinds of things, and to drop a crap ton of body fat. Today, we're going to talk about the nutrition that goes hand in hand with this. Now, like all things, these things will work individually. They'll work really well. They are effective. If you want to add them together, you want to get diabolical, you want to see your entire life change, you get the weight training, you get the aerobic capacity, you get the nutrition, you get the mindset. Now, my friend, now we are cooking with gas. Now you're coming in and you're going to be a different fucking man. As I said, these alone, combined with consistency, intensity, and effort, you're already going to be a beast. You do all four, now you're in the Demanding Greatness program. Now you're a different human being. Now people are asking you, what the fuck have you done? So, as I said, across this series, I wanted to make it as quick as possible. I didn't want you to be on here for ages. I know you love listening to my sultry tones, but it's not about that today. It's about delivering you the best bang for your buck as fast as humanly possible, keeping it simple and straightforward. Because at the end of the day, we add complexity, we look for newness, excitingness, the next big wow moment too frequently. More often than not, we just need simple and straightforward. Simple with consistency, intensity, and effort is way more effective than overly complex, dramatic, and over the top. So let's just keep it simple. All right. This one always rubs people a little bit wrong, but it is what I have found the most effective and the most simple way where you don't have to think about it all that much. I always use the animal-based eating plan. It's what I've used for all of Demanding Greatness. It's what I've recommended for a long time. I find it simple. I find it hyper effective. And you don't have to think about it. Most of the time, I find if we can give you a few basic rules and you can just follow that. It's like being a zero-choice mentality and a man of your word. It's about removing and making it simple rather than adding complexity. And I think this is the best way to go about it. So on an animal-based diet, here's what you're going to do. You're going to eat meat, you're going to eat eggs, you're going to eat fruit, you're going to have a little bit of sweet potato and a little bit of honey. If it doesn't fall under that category, you don't do it. It's that simple. As I said, simple as fuck. That's it. Like, I could leave it right there. I could walk away there. You do that, pretty much everything else is just going to fall into place. Because you're not going to overeat on protein. You're not going to overeat on fruit. You can't overeat fruit. You can't really overeat honey. And it's pretty damn hard to overeat sweet potato. As I said, this is about simplicity. This is about making it as simple and as straightforward as humanly possible. I want to make the rules so simple that you can't fuck them up. And we can debate other areas and we can debate nutrition and all this kind of stuff. But I'm telling you, let's go simple, let's go straightforward, and watch the incredible results fall into place. Now, as always, if we want to crank it up a bit, if we really want to dial that notch up a bit more. Now, there are two other things I like to add to this process to really see you start chiseling away that body fat, to really make sure that you're feeling your best, looking your best, you're in great fucking shape, all those kinds of things. The other two options I like to add is an 18-6 and a ratio of protein. So an 18-6 is fast for 18 hours, eat in a 6-hour window. Now, I would start with just doing the food first. Start with the animal-based diet. Just go, if it doesn't fall into the category of meat, fruit, eggs, sweet potato, or honey, the answer is just no. You're You don't need to think about it. We don't need to add complexity. If it isn't that, the answer is no. See what I mean about simple? Start there and build from there. The reason being is that's already going to produce, for the majority of people, such an incredible bang for your buck that we can deal with the rest later. Next, adding the 18-6. Now we can talk about autophagy and things like that, and people get up in arms about that stuff, but I'm not here to fucking debate. If you don't want to listen to my advice, then fuck off, is the simple answer. I know this works. I've been doing this. I've had my own gym for 13 years. I've been training people for nearly 18 years. I know how to deliver results. So we can argue all we want about semantics, but I want to keep it effective for you. So 18-6, as I said. You're going to fast for 18 hours, and you've got a 6-hour eating window. Again, simple as fuck. If it doesn't fall in that 6 hours, you don't eat. Drink water, drink black coffee. That's it. Shovel down that food in that 6 hours. Makes you more efficient, means you're not wasting time thinking about eating, thinking about the other things you're going to do, all that kind of stuff. You just get stuck in and you eat in that 6 hours. You can break that down however you want. We can get into other recommendations, like probably wouldn't eat within a 3 to 4 hour window of going to bed. The longer the better, just for digestion, sleep quality, all those kinds of things. You don't need to do that. I just recommend that. But it's a simple, effective way. But do you need to do this? No. If you just do the animal-based diet, you'll pretty much already be on a pretty great basis. We're just adding in things that are simple but really effective. Lastly, protein ratio. Now, this is because I actually find on a lot of these ones, people undereat. I know, shocking. If you find something simple and effective, that they don't keep shoveling food into their face. They don't eat too much food. In fact, the danger is that you don't eat enough food. So, the simple way on how to make sure that you get enough protein. And we can get into other different ratios, but I like, and I don't want to bother counting macros, so I've made it as simple as possible, once again. And the answer is, you eat 100 grams of meat per 10 kilos of body weight. It's that simple. You know, eat more if you can. That's a minimum requirement. You can absolutely fucking eat more. And I would strongly recommend that you do, but at least 100 grams of meat per 10 kilos of body weight. You do this as an option, suddenly you're slamming in protein, suddenly the fat's stripping off you, suddenly you're starting to build muscle, especially if you follow the weightlifting protocol I'm going to give you tomorrow. Things are starting to look very, very different. You know, so, and it doesn't require it to be exact. You can estimate, or you can go, okay, well, that's a 400 gram steak. There's 400 grams. You know, I'm 100 kilos. So for me, it's a kilo minimum requirement of meat per day. There are better options, things that have more protein and all this kind of stuff. But again, I'm just trying to keep this as simple as possible. Now, for the people who are going to ask the questions, meat options. Rheumatoids are always your best options, aka cows. Cows, but you know, cows, deer, pigs. If you must, do poultry, so chickens, turkey, duck, whatever. But yeah, cow is always going to be your best bet. Steak, beef, anything like that. Deer is better than pork, but then pork, you know, anything like that. You can eat kangaroo. I love kangaroo. I find that a really great option as well. But steak is always going to be your best option. But go beef mince if you're struggling on cost, because I am well aware that that is an option. That is a factor as well. But you'll also find overall that you'll spend less as an aggregate total because you'll be needing less food. So yeah, buy steak, buy meat, buy eggs, buy these kinds of things, and just eat to your heart's content. Because you can't... I've never seen anyone overeat on meat and fruit and these kinds of things. I've just never seen it happen. Your body just basically is like, no, we're good. We're full. We're satisfied. This is enough. So that would be my recommendation. That would be my suggestion for you. Animal-based diet. And then eating, 18-6, fasting for 18 hours, eating in a 6-hour window, and then 100 grams of meat per 10 kilos of body weight. Really simple, really straightforward. You do this, and you'll be shocked at how different you are very, very quickly. But as always, you need to have consistency, intensity, and effort. You must do these things. You must add in these things for you to really, really see the results that you want. It's not a dabble in and dabble out. Just follow this. Do this consistently for a longer period of time than you want to do. This isn't like a month thing. Do this for 126 days. That's a discussion in the mentality part, but be consistent and you'll be shocked at how far you come. So that's all I have for you today. Keeping it simple, delivering great results, start demanding greatness of yourself, and I'll be back tomorrow with the next update.